Hi, Tormod here, and today I would like to talk about schizophrenia and anxiety and my relationship to anxiety, how I deal with anxiety, how I experience anxiety, how I work if I should become anxious or get angst. So basically, what is anxiety to me? To me, anxiety is a sort of a compressed form, a quantified form of fear. It is like fear on repeat, sort of. It's like fear repeating itself over again. And the nature of anxiety is like it's almost electric. It is like it's barbed wire. It is like it's just feeding me, pulsing with fear into my physical, into my senses, into my being. So, anxiety is a real bugger to many people today in this world, where we see that our mind and consequences is merging with our body, with our being, and we are sort of uniting with our own consequences, our own living, our own acceptance and allowance. And, you might say that shit is hitting the fan for the individual, not just for the so-called old world leaders and governments and officials. This is the case for all of humanity, as a matter of fact, because life is in its process of equalizing itself, basically. So, when I get anxiety, I would sort of just say, okay, a sense that, okay, now I have anxiety. There is anxiety here in my beingness, in my picture, in my senses. And then I would perhaps close my eyes and breathe and think and just is this and think to myself and assess to myself, is this a stress anxiety that is because I'm working too fast, I'm too much in a rush anxiety? Or is it more systematized from a memory within my body that has been triggered type of anxiety? Those two main types of anxiety that I experience, either from stress in the moment, I'm stressing with doing my chores or doing some task or doing dishes or washing clothes or doing something, working in the greenhouse, and rushing from person to point to workplace and doing things and becoming all stressed up could lead to anxiety, yes. So I would first assess for myself, is this a stress anxiety? Is this a stress anxiety? Or is it more anxiety that has been triggered from within my body, from within my memories? Is it a anxiety that I've been suppressing and denying and hiding away and not wanting to deal with, look into, sort of? So I would assess to myself, what type of anxiety is this, and then take action, sort of. And either way, if it is a anxiety that has been triggered from within my body, from within my memories, then I would writing people, write pen and paper to self, big key in life. I would write out like this: I experience anxiety because of da 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 da, and be honest with self. Be self-honest, I would experience anxiety in the moment when I was blah blah blah, and then if you are honest with yourself and writing out what appears, you will see the reason and the memory behind this of where you were triggered, where I was triggered into anxiety. And if it is from a memory within a body, which say that this was triggered from a memory within my body, then I would find the memory within me, open it up, and see where in this memory are the energies stored, where are the energies attached, and how does these energies work? Is it working in a polarity? Is it is it a polarity? Is it a fear? Is it a desire? Is it just anxiety? What sort of energy is in it? And then, after identifying the character of the energy, the character behind the energy sort of, I would forgive it with self-forgiveness to take away the power from that energy within the memory that is stored and stuck in my body. You know? So I would write out and speak to myself or write to myself forgiveness for accepting and allowing such an energy to compromise my being, to compromise my living, and give me anxiety basically. And do some forgiveness on that and work around that until the anxiety loses grip on me basically. Until I can let go of the anxiety and not feel that attachment to it from a memory, from something, and sort of let go of it. Basically, let go of the barbed wire, the anxiety, the sting, you know. So, yeah, that is basically how I work on anxiety with my schizophrenia and everything. And of course, anxiety can be multi-layered and multi-dimensioned to the schizophrenic, of course, and it can be very surface layered. It can be very natural for one to speak in anxiety, to act in anxiety when one is going on the bus, when one is buying groceries, when one is doing everyday things. One's whole life becomes cluttered with anxiety, which is very normal for many, many, many people. Many people. You don't have to be schizophrenic to go through days and days of the end with anxiety. Now remember I said that anxiety could look like barbed wire. And I think that maybe many people can relate to that. That anxiety and angst could feel like barbed wire, actually. And, you know, just imagine that. Or fragile bodies, or soft tissue organs, or delicate bodies. And anxiety. It is a horrible mix. It is a gruesome sight, you know. Or soft organs, or gentle soft organs, and barbed wire, anxiety. That is something for people to ponder about and, you know, investigate and write to self, write in self-honesty, write to self, expose self, learn to know who you are as a being. As I have learned I'm learning who I am as a being by writing and investigating and opening up and stepping stepping on my own path, my own history and my own patterns, and investigating who I am and what I can become, how I can, you know, stand from this point, how I can stand up from this point and empower myself and become more than the anxiety, the person with lots of anxiety, you know, how I can rise up from that and become more of me. Yeah, so that is some basics about anxiety and how I work on anxiety. And I hope you enjoy it. and see you around, and thank you.